costs have been rising at more than twice the rate of inflation for decades now. While many parents probably hoped that the recession would end that scary trend, unfortunately that's not been the case, particularly not at public colleges. States are hurting financially today, just like consumers are. Budget deficits have slashed funding for schools, so tuition at many public colleges and universities is skyrocketing, especially in hard-hit states such as California and Nevada. Yet these recent budget crunches are not the full story. For years, college costs have been climbing, largely because demand is outweighing supply. Students continue to apply to the top schools, even when the cost is rising rapidly. Loans have made it possible for students to foot these sky-high bills, and students and families too often overlook the gigantic loan payments students will face after graduation. So as long as students and parents are willing to swallow the cost increases, demand will remain high, and so will prices.
Did you stand there all alone? Oh, I cannot explain what's going down. I can
An increasing number of U.S. students can't afford to go to college. State budget cuts are defunding higher education, and tuition costs are at a record high. 7 out of 10 students rely on loans to pay for college, and student loan debt in America is $1.2 trillion. That's more than the nation's credit card debt. So what happens when students aren't well off and can't afford an education? We're about to find out.
I have bagels that I'm about to run out of there, peanut butter, and then in the refrigerator I have
That is bare. You
ice.
said it was bare. That's pretty bare. You're right. Here's my food. It's all alcohol. We're on the college liquid diet.
Yeah.
This is Jeff, a 21-year-old college student in Western Colorado. Like most college goers, Jeff doesn't have much, just a small apartment, a few boxes of ramen, and a beat-up old truck.
standing next to me, in and out, somewhere else right now. You sigh, look away. I can see it clear as day. Close your eyes.
How do you feel about the increasing cost of college tuition?
I think it's really hard for students to save up for it. It's kind of a daunting thing, can definitely maybe prevent kids from going to certain schools that they might want to go to. And for parents, because I am now a parent of a 1-year-old and thinking about saving up for her, it's definitely the kind of college that I went to. I don't know if we'll be able to afford her to go to that same kind of school.
Okay. And how has the price of college tuition impacted your life in a negative way? And if it has impacted it positively, how so?
Well, I chose to go to a private Christian school, and in New York, and the cost of going to that is much greater than going to a state school. And I think when I was thinking about what school I wanted to go to, I wasn't really thinking about how much it would cost me after. And so how it's negatively impacted me is that while I was fortunate to have my parents take on some student loans, I did take on the majority of it. And so I'm done paying them off now, but it definitely, that's where my savings went, was to that. And so I didn't get a nice car or just those other things that it's like, yay, I'm out of school and I can go on trips, and it's like, no, I have bills I need to pay. So that's the negative impact of it. Positive one, I don't know if there's a positive to having a lot of loans, but it did though teach me a value of how I should spend and save my money, and so there was that there.
Okay. And so you said your strategy was just having your parents take on part of the loan, and then they just handed it down to you.
So we took out a couple loans, and so one was in their name, and then the student loans later on were after I graduated were in my name.
Okay.
And so my mom had one loan, so it was like split into two, and then I had the bulk of it
Okay.
that was in mine after.
All right.